Sherrie Gibbany's here with Jace and Clark. Is that Clark?
No, Jace Clark, and this is Peanut.
Okay, Peanut. Peanut, all right. Tell us what kind of dog Peanut is.
Wire-haired fox terrier.
A wire-haired fox terrier.
Mm-hmm. Very well behaved.
He's got a stylish sweater on today, too. You've got a nice-looking shirt on yourself, buddy.
Thank you.
Now, we're here to talk about 4-H for dogs. Is that right?
Correct.
Or for the dog handlers. I'm not sure which.
Well,
how's the program work? Yeah.
Well, 4-H is another program that is for kids. I think it's from 6 to about 18. Mm-hmm. They've got some programs now for some of the younger kids. It's a great program. Actually, I was in 4-H when I was a kid. I did it in Colorado. They offered a lot of different programs, and what we're kind of looking at today is we're trying to develop the 4-H program that's involved with dogs. There's a lot of 4-H programs out there. This one is just targeting dogs. We hear a lot about the livestock and cattle and horses. And so this is just targeting dogs. And what we do is in the 4-H program with the dogs, we teach them to have good responsible dog ownership. So they're required to keep a record book, which requires them to be responsible for. They have to record when they feed their dog, when they train their dog, the things that they're doing with their dog, shot records, things like that.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it teaches them responsibility. Mm-hmm. It teaches them to be responsible for all the actions they're doing, the responsibility that goes into having a pet. And so anyway, one of the things right now we're trying to do is to expand the program. And one of the things we're doing in the program is I'm spending a lot of time teaching them how to train their dogs. And then sometimes I make them do presentations. A while back, he has also an Airedale Terrier, and he had to research Airedale Terriers and tell us all about the Airedales, where they originated from, what they're used for. And so I require them to do that. I teach them the different parts of the dog, and then they have to come back and be able to show me the different parts of the dog. So it's a lot more than just dog training. It's really giving them a lot of education on dogs.
But it will certainly help them in the long run, too, of raising animals and treating them respectfully and knowing how to care for them.
Right. And we've, when I did it in Colorado, we actually had little dog shows that we went to and competed in, which made us eligible to go to the state fair competition, which I did many, many times. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of fun. It can go much deeper than we couldn't even imagine, and that's what I'm trying to develop. In Arkansas right now doesn't have a really strong dog 4-H program, so trying to develop that. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Jace, I know I asked you how old you are, but why don't you tell our audience how old you are?
7.
And how long have you been working in the 4-H program? Do you know?
2 years.
2 years. So you start at 5 years old. And I guess, does Peanut come to the meetings with you? How old is Peanut?
I don't know.
Don't know?
Why don't you tell her about Peanut? Where did you get Peanut? Tell her about Peanut.
Edge, Oklahoma.
Really? Now, why in Oklahoma?
Because she was in shelter.
Really?
Well, you found him from a shelter.
Dog.
Maybe it's a list you saw. And was Peanut a puppy or?
She wasn't a puppy. She was
not a puppy. Yeah.
You haven't had Peanut very long, have you?
No.
How long have you had Peanut?
About a month.
Really? So Peanut's just new into this program, I guess. Right? Well, Peanut is very well behaved. Do we have you to thank for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Do you work with Peanut?
Yes.
What do you do with Peanut?
Teacher stuff.
Teacher like...
how to lay down in your lap?
She did a good job
Well,
of that.
she's doing that perfectly, so.
She knows how to stand perfectly.
Perfect.
So there's a proper way to stand. I guess if you're going to do competition, you have to stand a certain way. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning to let Peanut compete somewhere? No? Not in a dog show, or just want to have a good relationship with your dog? Do you have to keep all those records and stuff that Sherrie was talking about? Does it kind of get on your nerves that you have to do that every day?
Well, no.
Well, no.
Okay, well.
It's part of being a responsible dog owner, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you look forward to it? So Peanut's kind of your buddy. You know, you kind of relate with the dog, and do you talk to Peanut?
Yes.
I mean, when you're alone with her?
More so than
getting a little personal here, but you know, I've got a dog at home, and when I come home every night, I talk to her and just pet her, and she just eats it up. I mean, there's a relationship that goes on with your pet, so that's a great thing for you.
Well, I'm glad you're in this program and being able to learn more about how to care for your pet, and brings you and Peanut closer.
Now you say you have another dog?
Yes.
What
and
kind?
what kind of dog is that one?
Airedale.
An Airedale?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a bigger dog. They're kind of runners, aren't they?
Oh,
She loves to run, huh? Yeah.
She runs all the time.
And did you get her when she was a puppy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's been with you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And do you and Peanut and your Airedale, do they get along pretty good friends?
Yeah, except she's sometimes a little rough with her. She plays rough.
Airedale's a little rough. What's your Airedale's name?
Sue.
Sue. So Sue and Peanut, they kind of rough it up a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. So do they eat the same thing, or do you have to give them different food? And
They all eat the same thing.
they all eat the same thing?
So do you keep track of what Sue eats as well as Peanut?
Sue doesn't eat as much as she does.
Oh, really?
Sue eats a lot more.
Really? Yeah. Okay. So what do you plan on getting some more animals later, or? But you no more. You've had enough, huh?
I've got enough.
You got
This
your
is a
hands full.
responsibility.
Now, do you have to keep records with Sue too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't forget to eat, do you?
She's the one who tells me.
She says it's time to eat.
His mom is sitting over here in case you're wondering who he's conversing with there.
That's funny.
Well, we appreciate you bringing Peanut with you today. And for being so good about telling us about what you do.
Yeah, and if anybody's interested in 4-H in general, you can go to the county extension office and talk with them. They're over there by. Well, actually, we've just moved our office up there by the college. Am I correct? Have they moved in there yet? No.
Not there
so
yet.
they're still over, just kind of right behind
Park
State
Road.
Farm
Yeah.
on Industrial
Okay.
Park Road.
Yeah.
They're getting ready. They've got the office built up there on the hill by the college, and hoping to move into the offices soon. Great program. 4-H is a wonderful, wonderful program.
There's a lot of things they do. It's
There
just not
is
one-
just a ton of different projects that they can get interested in. I did veterinary science, horses, goats, dogs, entomology, and I could go on. They've got automotive. They've got so many different programs out there, and so it's a great program. And what we'd really like to do is to try to bring the dogs into the picture instead of. A lot of the clubs in our area do generalist clubs, which just the kids go in, they're interested in 4-H, and then they kind of just independently do their projects. And we're just focusing on one and really highlighting
So
that.
is this a monthly
We
meeting?
actually meet bi-weekly every 2 weeks, second and fourth Monday of the month. We meet around 6:30 out at the fairgrounds, and we train out there. And we've got a lot of different projects that we're working on. I asked the kids; they had to come up with ideas for marketing, and then ideas on recruitment. So I'm putting a lot of that responsibility on the kids to come up with ideas, and they actually come up with some really good ideas.
Great.
Age group?
It's I think it's around 7 to 18. Like I said, I do think that they do have a younger group now, but they have a different name for them. And
So Chase would be on the lower end because he's 7, right?
Actually, I think, are you in the actual 4-H now, or are you still in the younger group? Cloverbud, so he's still a Cloverbud, so I think 8's the cutoff. So he's what we call a Cloverbud, which is the younger group.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Look,
More
I
information,
admire
they can call
I
the
think
extension service?
Yeah, I think right now just have them call the extension service. They have my number, and they can get that taken care of.
Well, you may get a call or two. I think we have your number there, but
Okay.
that's okay. You
Yeah,
can-
that would be fine.
We were
Please.
going to put Jace's number up there, but no, we didn't do it.
We'd have to get
Oh,
him
he didn't have a number.
We'd have to get him a cell phone. His secretary probably take all
Yeah,
the calls.
he would have to screen all
You
those
talk
calls.
to all your friends about the program, don't you?
The segment is about over with. Chase is wanting to move on.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all very much.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
More information at the end of the show if you'd like to be involved. Up next, Bill Vondermaiden. He's going to be talking about the Arkansas Boys Ranch. Stay with us.